You cannot heal what you refuse to see. Let's go into the shadows. Most of us walk around carrying wounds we don't even realize we have. They show up in our relationships, in the way we talk to ourselves, in the choices we make every single day. And yet we rarely stop to ask, where is this really coming from? That's the hidden world of the shadow. Today we're going to explore what shadow work is, why it matters, and how you can begin your own journey of transformation. The psychologist Carl Jung once said, "Everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied, the blacker and denser it is. The shadow is not evil. It's not something to fear. It's simply the parts of ourselves we've denied, repressed, or hidden away." Think about this. As a child, maybe you were told to stop crying, and so you pushed down sadness. Maybe you were rewarded only for being the good kid, so you hid your anger, your independence, or your wildness. Or maybe you were shamed for speaking up, so you learned to silence yourself. These hidden aspects don't disappear. They live underground, shaping your emotions, your reactions, your choices, without you even knowing it. The problem is this: what we refuse to face ends up controlling us. And shadow work is about shining a light on those hidden parts so we can heal, integrate, and live more fully. How do you know if your shadow is in charge of your life? There are a few signs. You get triggered constantly. Someone cuts you off in traffic, and your rage is far bigger than the situation. You notice patterns in relationships. Maybe you keep attracting partners who abandon you, or situations where you don't feel seen. You struggle with harsh self-talk. It's that inner critic that won't stop, no matter what you achieve. Or you project onto others. You dislike people who are lazy or selfish, but really those are qualities you've been taught to suppress in yourself. If any of these feel familiar, that's your shadow calling for attention. Without shadow work, we repeat the same cycles, sabotage our success, and block true intimacy. But when you begin shadow work, everything shifts. You free yourself from unconscious patterns. You reclaim hidden gifts, creativity, power, authenticity. You create more compassion for yourself and others. Imagine this: no longer being afraid of your anger, sadness, or fear, but instead transforming them into wisdom and strength. That's the gift of going into the shadows. Let's talk about how to actually begin shadow work. Here's a simple step-by-step process. Step 1. Awareness. The first step is noticing your triggers. Write down situations that make you feel intense emotions. Ask yourself, what part of me is this bringing up? For example, if jealousy arises, maybe it's pointing to a buried desire for freedom or expression. Step 2. Journaling. Shadow work loves a journal. Some prompts to start with. What qualities do I judge most in others? When do I feel most ashamed of myself? What emotions was I never allowed to express as a child? Write freely, without censoring. Step 3. Inner dialogue. Speak to your shadow as if it were a younger version of you. Ask, what do you need from me? What are you afraid of? This may feel strange at first, but remember the shadow is often a younger part of us that never got what it needed. Step 4. Compassionate witnessing. Instead of trying to kill the shadow, hold space for it. For example, if your shadow is rage, sit with it, breathe into it, explore where it first began. Don't push it away, listen to it. Step 5. Integration practices. Now comes the healing. Express these parts of you safely through art, movement, or voice. Practice acceptance by saying, I see you. I accept you. Share your process with trusted friends, mentors, or therapists. Step 6. Consistency. Shadow work isn't something you do once and finish. It's lifelong. Think of it as peeling back layers. Each time you face the dark, you reclaim more light. Before we wrap up, let's clear up some common mistakes. Believing the shadow is bad or wrong. It's not. It's just hidden. Rushing the process. Shadow work is gentle and slow. Trying to do it all alone, especially if your trauma is deep. Sometimes professional guidance is necessary. Getting stuck in analysis without compassion. Remember, the goal is integration, not self-punishment. When you begin to integrate your shadow, something incredible happens. Fear becomes wisdom. Anger becomes power. Shame becomes authenticity. The parts of you that you once rejected become your greatest teachers. And you begin to live from a place of wholeness. But you cannot heal what you refuse to see. Shadow work is the path of courage, the willingness to sit with your darkness so that your light can shine brighter. If this message resonated, start tonight. Take 10 minutes, open a journal, and ask yourself, what am I most afraid to face in myself? That's where your work begins. If you'd like me to guide you deeper, hit subscribe, share this with a friend who's on their healing journey, and leave a comment about what part of your shadow you're ready to face. Let's walk into the shadows together and come back carrying the light.